You've heard many times about the importance of loving yourself, but how do I love myself if I dislike what I see in the mirror? People often ask. And in this video, I will share with you 10 ideas that will help you to live your best life, even though you may dislike what you see in the mirror. My name is Olga Onoshenko. I'm a psychotherapist, nutritionist, personal trainer, and I've got a PhD from the University of Sheffield. This is the channel that improves your physical and mental health and helps you lose weight without ruining your relationships with food and body. Please subscribe. And idea number 1. It doesn't have to be perfect in the mirror. It is okay to dislike how you look like. Moreover, you may wish to look better. You may want to have less cellulite, longer legs, flatter belly, less wrinkles. But that shouldn't stop you from living your life. Here we are talking about body image, positive or negative. Positive body image doesn't necessarily mean that you love everything about your body, as some popular Instagram account wants to impose on us. I love every skin fold on my belly. I love every cellulite bump on my bum. You don't have to love that. Do not spend your energy and resource to force yourself to love every single part of your body. You don't have to. You can live your best life not liking some aspects of your appearance. The question is, what's your attitude towards them? When you see something you dislike in the mirror, what are you doing next? Do you feel really negative, strong negative emotions? Does it prevent you from doing things you really want to do? Then we can say that, yes, this is a negative body image, and very often our self-worth relies on how we look like. And if we do not look good enough in our own standards, then we do not feel ourselves worthy. And this is the worst for our mental health and for the quality of our life. And positive body image may look like, yeah, I would like my belly to be flatter. Yes, maybe I'll go on diet tomorrow. Why not? But it doesn't ruin your day, and it's not really strongly emotionally charged. You don't feel despair, you don't feel self-hatred. It doesn't stop you from doing what you like, what you enjoy. Taking clothes off at the beach, going on a date, wearing stylish outfits if you like fashion. Stop forcing yourself into loving your body. You can perfectly love yourself without loving every single part of your body. And this brings us logically to idea number 2. What does it mean to love yourself? As you already learned, it doesn't mean loving every single part of your body. What is it? Is it lying on the sofa and eating chocolates non-stop? Not at all. Self-love, like real self-love that all the psychotherapists promote, is not about being self-indulgent. It's about actually going for what you want and supporting yourself on that way. It's about treating yourself with support and respect. It's about accepting that you're not perfect and maybe even working on self-improvement, but without demand to be better, without that feeling that now I'm not enough, and once I lose weight, once I get certain position at work, once I earn certain amount of money, then I'm worthy. Unconditional self-worth is the foundation, and that's something you just need to believe in. And if you all your life lived with the idea that you're not worthy, it will be very hard to change your mind. It's like you've been writing with right hand all your life, and now you need to write with your left hand. But this is something so worth investing your time and effort in, and paying for therapy, for learning to treat yourself better. And in this way you will achieve more, because you will learn to support yourself along the way. And in this way It's less scary to go forward, to make mistakes, and you're moving faster, as if you have a really good Olympic coach behind your back, instead of cruel self-critic, toxic self-critic. Third idea, stop breaking yourself into parts and comparing your less ideal parts with other people's best parts. For example, I don't like the shape of my legs and I compare my legs to the legs of Naomi Campbell or Zendaya. And then I look at my belly and I dislike my belly. How about looking at a picture as a whole? Imagine a random woman or man who looks like you. What would you think and feel about her or him? Would you still be that critical and assess every single piece of their body? Fourth idea is separate your body from your identity. You are not only your body, because you are also a personality. You are your sense of humor, your interests, your character traits, your life history, your ideas, your skills. You are a lot of things, not just your body. So in 2025, let's not objectify ourselves and other people. And if you are prone to self-objectification, remind yourself that you're not just a picture that needs to be liked, not just an object that needs to please someone's eyes, but it's a functional tool. Your body is a functional tool. Walking, dancing, coping with stress, bearing children, recovering from illness. It does a lot for us. Think more about functionality rather than the looks. A fifth idea, we often think in extremes. Either I'm perfect or I'm worthless. Either I'm perfectly lean or I'm fat. But there are not many perfect people, and perfect in which standards? Today's standards of Western society in 2025, maybe there are some perfect people, like 1-2% of population of the earth. Other people all have some deviations from the perfect beauty standard. And it's normal, it's human. And stop comparing yourself to these perfect people. Especially that normally they're not perfect as a whole, it's only their body that is perfect. You will never ever find a perfect person. It's not even 1% of population, it's 0. So accept that you're human. And if you're not perfect, it doesn't mean that you're not worthy or terrible. 6. It's okay to want to change. Very often people think that if they accept their body, they also need to accept that they don't want to change. But this is wrong. Body acceptance does not mean not wanting to change. You can accept your body, you can appreciate it, you can appreciate its functionality, you can be at peace with it, you can tolerate shortcomings, and at the same time, you may want to squat, lunge, do hip thrusts, kickbacks, and other exercises, for example, to improve your glute muscle. Why not? No, you may also go on a diet, on a calorie deficit, in order to change shape of your body. There is nothing unhealthy. That's normal. The question is whether it is demand or preference, and how you treat yourself before the changes. Right now, do you feel like right now, before you change, you're worthy, you're valuable, you deserve respect, support, compassion? And then 7th point is my favorite. Say you decide to lose weight and you think your desire to lose weight is healthy, and indeed it will improve your energy levels and health and how you feel about yourself, why not? How you look like and how you feel in your body and in clothes. But you are constantly self-sabotaging. For example, you decide to have healthy dinner, but you come back home and devour a tub of ice cream. Or maybe during the week you are good and during the weekend you binge. And sometimes you feel like maybe you lose control over your eating behavior. and you very often eat something unplanned and you think too much about food. And this is no more about appearance, I have to say. This is now about some symptoms, some signals that something is off in life, that maybe you need to look at your life context. Maybe you need to look at relationships with yourself. Maybe you lack recovery. So why are you self-sabotaging? It's never just willpower, never. You need to dig deeper, you need to turn into yourself and explore. What is the function of food here? Is it to self-soothe, to rest, to escape some negative emotions or something you don't want to experience in your life? Is it a way just simply to relax? What function does the food have here? It can tell you a lot about yourself, about your life, and it's never only about food and your appearance. And then when you come to therapy with request of improving your relationships with food, improving your eating behavior, you also end up with improving your unconditional self-worth, how you view yourself, how you treat yourself, and in general, improving your life quality. Eighth idea is when you look in the mirror and you start hating some body part, it often means that you are disconnected with your body from inside. Many people dislike their body because they see it as a picture and they do not feel it from inside. They do not want to listen to what they feel in their body. Tension, relaxation, tiredness, energy, hunger signals, satiety signals. And very often the vicious circle is, I look at myself in the mirror, I judge it as if it is a picture, I don't care how it feels inside, I go on a diet, I override hunger signals, I don't care about how I feel, I need to lose weight because I dislike what I see in the mirror, but then it ends up with also not noticing your satiety signals and your tiredness signals. And we end up overeating and binging and not trusting our bodies. Have you ever seen people who are naturally lean but also eat everything they want? But they as well can leave a plate half full. They may not finish cake or say, oh, that was too rich, that's good, that's enough, I don't want any more. Normally, these are people who trust their bodies. They know that if for lunch, for example, they overdid on carbs, then for dinner, they will want less. Their bodies will self-regulate. And very often, the more we diet, the more we go into harsh dieting and away from listening to our bodies, hunger and satiety cues, the less we're connected to our bodies, the further away we are from healthy eating behavior. So what to do? Start listening to your body. Practice body scans, yoga, massages. Notice the level of your hunger and satiety, the level of your energy. Create a scale from 1 to 10 to learn your body from inside. Get to know your body. Ninth, notice the impact of your environment. First of all, unsubscribe all the FitSpas. We very often subscribe to look at inspirational bodies that hoping that we will want to exercise harder, to be disciplined, more disciplined with our diet, but normally it works against us. Research shows that FitSpas actually discourage us because we start feeling ourselves inadequate compared to those bodies. We feel like we're less worthy, we're not good enough, we start self-objectifying. So unsubscribe FitSpas, subscribe someone who lives the values you want to live. And then look at who's around you. What do your friends say about their bodies? Do you take part in a negative body talk? Like, oh, my belly is so fat. I used to hear that in gym changing rooms. But luckily now I do not have anyone who would talk about their bodies without respect. Maybe you have someone in your environment who would criticize your body. This is even worse. Get rid of these people. Or if it's someone who is valuable to you, explain how criticizing someone's body actually makes it worse. Never helps. Only support helps. And 10th, define your own values. If your values are kindness, growth, curiosity, for example, appearance won't be at the top of the list. Write down your values and check in with them from time to time. Does what I'm thinking about my stomach right now bring me closer to life I want to live? This is it for today. There is a little exercise about determining your... There is a little exercise that will help you to There is a little exercise that will help you to determine your values below this video, and you also will find useful links how to apply to work with me if you'd like to have support on the way to weight loss or to self-acceptance, and also link to my Instagram account where I show how I eat and train from the position of self-support and loving my body. See you soon!